Clarity Clinical Solutions.
Welcome to this educational module on Contract Manufacturing Organizations, or CMOs. A CMO provides pharmaceutical manufacturing services to drug sponsors on a contract basis, producing active pharmaceutical ingredients, formulated drug products, and packaged finished goods for clinical trials and commercial supply. As drug development becomes increasingly specialized and capital-intensive, CMO partnerships enable sponsors to access manufacturing expertise and capacity without building their own facilities. This module covers CMO selection, quality oversight, supply chain management, and regulatory compliance in clinical trial manufacturing. CMOs offer a spectrum of manufacturing services. API manufacturing produces the active pharmaceutical ingredient through chemical synthesis or biological processes. Formulation development converts API into a deliverable drug product such as tablets, capsules, injectables, or topical preparations. Fill-finish services handle aseptic filling of vials, syringes, and ampoules for parenteral products. Packaging and labeling services include clinical trial kit assembly, randomization labeling compliant with regulatory requirements, and cold chain packaging for temperature-sensitive products. Each service type requires specific expertise, facilities, and quality systems aligned with current good manufacturing practices. Selecting the right CMO begins with a technical assessment evaluating capability match with the product's requirements, including dosage form complexity, potency handling needs, and scale requirements. Quality system audits review the CMO's regulatory compliance history, including FDA warning letters, EU GMP certificates, and recent inspection outcomes. Financial due diligence assesses stability and investment in facility and equipment maintenance. Capacity evaluation confirms availability of manufacturing slots aligned with clinical trial timelines. References from current and former clients provide insights into communication, problem-solving, and reliability. A formal qualification process ensures consistent evaluation across competing candidates. A quality agreement is a critical document defining each party's responsibilities for cGMP compliance. The agreement specifies quality unit roles for batch release testing, stability program ownership, change control procedures, deviation investigation responsibilities, and complaint handling. Annual product quality reviews, which assess manufacturing process consistency and product quality trends, are typically led by the CMO with sponsor oversight. The quality agreement must address regulatory inspection coordination, specifying notification timelines for inspections and the sponsor's right to participate. Both quality unit leaders must sign the agreement, which is reviewed and updated at least annually or after significant changes. Technology transfer is the systematic process of moving a manufacturing method from the sponsor or originating site to the CMO. The tech transfer package includes the master batch record, analytical methods, raw material specifications, stability data, and process development reports. A gap analysis identifies differences between the originating and receiving facilities that require process adaptation. Engineering runs confirm equipment fit and operator training, followed by process performance qualification batches demonstrating consistent product quality. Successful tech transfer requires dedicated project management, clear communication protocols, and a documented change control process for any modifications during transfer. Clinical trial material supply chains require precise coordination. Demand forecasting based on enrollment projections, dosing schedules, and expected screen failure rates determines manufacturing batch sizes and packaging quantities. Interactive response technology systems manage randomization and track drug supply in real time. Temperature-controlled logistics ensure product integrity throughout the cold chain, with temperature monitors at every shipment stage. Resupply triggers and safety stock levels prevent drug shortages during enrollment surges. Expiry date management is critical, as clinical supplies have finite shelf lives that must cover the full treatment and follow-up period for each patient. CMOs must operate in full compliance with current good manufacturing practices. The FDA requires all manufacturing facilities for investigational drugs to be registered and listed, with regular CGMP inspections. EMA compliance follows EU GMP guidelines with equivalent manufacturing authorization requirements. Regulatory authorities may inspect CMO facilities directly or as part of sponsor inspections. Inspection readiness requires current validation documentation, complete batch records, deviation and investigation files, and training records. A serious GMP finding at a CMO can delay clinical trial supply and impact development timelines, making proactive compliance monitoring essential. Manufacturing changes must be rigorously managed to ensure product quality. Change control procedures require sponsor approval for any change affecting the registered manufacturing process, specifications, equipment, or facilities. Changes are categorized by potential impact on product quality, with major changes requiring regulatory notification or prior approval before implementation. Deviation management addresses unplanned events during manufacturing. Each deviation is investigated to determine root cause, impact on product quality, and corrective actions to prevent recurrence. Timely deviation notification to the sponsor enables joint assessment of clinical supply impact and regulatory reporting obligations. CMO pricing models vary by service type and risk allocation. Development service pricing typically uses time and materials with defined hourly rates for formulation and analytical development activities. Clinical manufacturing pricing may follow a cost-plus model where direct costs are reimbursed plus a percentage margin, or a fixed-price model for defined campaign scope. Commercial manufacturing often uses volume-based pricing with declining unit costs at higher quantities. Additional costs include raw material procurement, stability testing programs, regulatory filing support, and shipping logistics. Long-term agreements with volume commitments can secure preferential pricing and priority manufacturing slot allocation. Manufacturing partnerships carry inherent risks requiring proactive management. Supply disruption risks arise from equipment failures, raw material shortages, natural disasters, or CMO financial instability. Quality risks include contamination events, potency deviations, and stability failures. Intellectual property risks involve potential misuse of proprietary manufacturing processes or analytical methods. Risk mitigation strategies include qualifying backup suppliers for critical materials, maintaining safety stock of clinical supplies, conducting regular quality audits, and establishing contractual intellectual property protections. Business continuity planning should address pandemic scenarios, geopolitical disruptions, and single-source failure contingencies. The CMO industry is evolving with several transformative trends. Continuous manufacturing replaces traditional batch processing with real-time material flow, offering improved quality control through process analytical technology and reduced facility footprints. Artificial intelligence and machine learning optimize batch scheduling, predictive maintenance, and quality prediction. Cell and gene therapy manufacturing requires specialized CMO capabilities including viral vector production and autologous cell processing, driving significant capacity investment. Modular and flexible manufacturing facilities enable rapid reconfiguration for different products. Digitalization and Industry 4.0 technologies improve data integrity and operational efficiency across the manufacturing network. Intellectual property protection is a critical element of CMO agreements. Manufacturing know-how, including process parameters, formulation details, and analytical methods, requires contractual protection through confidentiality provisions and limited use clauses. Patent ownership and licensing terms must be clearly defined for any jointly developed technology. Data rights specify sponsor ownership of batch records, stability data, and regulatory submission documents, with the CMO retaining access for regulatory compliance purposes. Technology transfer provisions at contract termination ensure the sponsor can transition manufacturing to an alternative supplier with complete process documentation and technical support from the outgoing CMO. Successful CMO partnerships require strategic relationship management. A joint steering committee with executive representation from both organizations oversees the partnership direction, resolves escalated issues, and approves annual business plans. Operational governance includes regular production review meetings, quality review meetings, and technology transfer team meetings. Joint continuous improvement programs leverage both organizations' expertise to optimize manufacturing efficiency and reduce costs. Transparent communication about capacity constraints, raw material lead times, and quality metrics builds trust. Long-term strategic partnerships with key CMOs enable preferential resource allocation and deeper process understanding that benefits both parties. In summary, successful CMO relationships require rigorous qualification and robust quality agreements defining GMP responsibilities. Effective tech transfer planning with adequate lead time, dedicated project resources, and clear success criteria ensures smooth manufacturing process transition. Proactive risk management through backup supplier qualification and safety stock maintenance protects clinical supply continuity. Strategic partnerships with transparent communication, joint governance, and continuous improvement focus deliver superior quality, cost, and reliability compared to transactional relationships. As drug development becomes increasingly specialized, CMO partnerships will remain essential to bringing new therapies to patients efficiently and reliably.